I keep on making music in real time, and these days I tend to go more in depth in some topics that I think are very important when you create electronic music like we do inside the box in a computer. As you can see, I don't use a keyboard, I just use this musical typing here. Make some beats like that for many years. I think I haven't had a keyboard for 5 years. I've produced for over 20 now, and I don't really see the point since I developed my workflow around without having it. So guys, today I'm gonna show you, or teach you maybe if you may, how to create powerful drums. And I think the basis to create powerful drums is really a good mix. I think people just toss some drum on top of each other and it's all workout, they think, and then they put some limiting and some compression on the bus. It's like, wow, this sounds amazing. I think good drums start with a good mix. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in depth into each element of the drum like I usually do, like a 125 BPM electronic music drum beat. You know, this is, if you watch other shows, you see I start it all the time. I go fast, I don't tend to mix it, I don't engineer it, I just make it just to have a background drum. Now I'm gonna go into the separate element to show you guys how I do it. There's many other ways to do it, but this way I'm certain that I'm gonna have a solid bass, and then I can build upon with the bass, with the synth, with the melodies and stuff like that. I think it's very important to start. And guys, if you get a second, smash that like button. It helps other people to watch those videos. Get 234 others, guys. Worth watching if you get a second. They are long format, they're full of information, you can watch them over and over again. You're always gonna find something new to learn. I think this is really cool, guys. So I loaded myself a Drum Machine Designer, of course, a 909, just as a base. That's just like a classic kick drum that I think everybody that know electronic music maybe or not relate. They redid this hardware now. I think it's available to buy, which, oh, this is interesting. It's fun. Let's say it's just fun to play with, to create, so it could be fun tool. Anyway, this is a 909 kick, guys. So a 909 kick is by nature like 1980 something, or maybe when they created this drum machine, so it is not extremely exciting. I personally like to take it here, drop it a few semitones. So now we're gonna be in, I can't see it here, going in E, which is my favorite key to work with. Then you can go in the Q sampler here. So every single channel has a sampler, so we can, it's good. I mean, I can course it maybe 6. No, it's too low. I could put a little bit of polyphony. No, I thought I had the key tracker. I thought I had a bit of a filter. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I wanted to put a little bit of distortion on it, which I will not. But what I will do, I'm gonna put a little bit of a compressor on it, but a very slight compression. I'm gonna use a classic VCA, which got just the right character, just to tighten it a little bit. Not heavy. So this releases quickly by default. I don't have control, so I'm just, so without. So it's just kind of envelop it a little bit into something that is more relevant to what we do. Then I'm gonna go into a snare. I'm gonna keep into the 909 for now. Whoa, let's go to snare. So what I'm doing now, guys, is I am bringing it up, but always one full octave. Sorry, one full octave, so it's in key. So now the kick and the hat is in key, which will greatly help the mix. Such a nice kick. Personally, like the snare, I will remove the low end. You can see the low end here, under 200. I want the 200. I want the snap. Definitely want the snap. Don't want the hump. There is a little bit. You might think it's not, but it is there. And you always want to cut the low end. So I'm gonna give myself a bit more juice. And what I like to do with the snare too is there's a delay here. Just give it a little. Very little. I just want to be picky. I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna give it like this here. So I cut the low end, like the snap out of the delay. So it's there, but it isn't really there. Of course, after this, we're gonna go into hi-hat. I'm gonna take that open hat, the open hat from this kit. Oh, actually, I'm still on the 909, so I'm gonna keep it 909, guys. I'm gonna replicate this. So I think I'm keeping the punch. I keep space, so the kick is still there, very present. Again, I'm gonna go in the hat and check this out. There's some low end here. If I would crank it up, you could see it a little bit. For this, I would probably go almost to 1K. No, there's some nice resonance around 500 here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. If you go really extreme, what is nice to do too is to create a narrower band here and around 5 to 6K, just drop it a little bit. So with this, you'll be able to raise the volume, let's say 5 dB, and go a bit wider. So if you do this, guys, you can see there's already a dip here. There's a reason for that, is because if the hat, when you mix the hat and you master the track at the end, the hats are gonna come up in the mix. Let's say you add some instrument, you're gonna see that the hats are gonna come up, and this part is a bit harsh. It's for like a cymbal, so let's say like this, and then let's put it. It just has this little bit of harshness, you know, so like this, it's much cleaner. For the ears, you know, for people to enjoy the music. Then I'm gonna go into a low tom, which is very necessary. There's ways to do this. There's also places. Personally, I like my low tom to be here on every 4 beat. I mean, this is my kind of thing. I don't know. This is common. I heard that in so many tracks. This is, I think it comes from me from Hard Floor in the early 1990s. So, and this, I want the chug. I definitely want the low end of it. I want to be about the same as the kick. So I don't want it to go over the kick. I want it to be like, so this is good. I like everything I hear so far. We're keeping it simple. Then I'm gonna go into some congas. Simple. Oh, whole octave again. I think I'm gonna go another octave. Right here, this I like. Again, this is. So this is a bit like of a hard floory kind of classic beat. I think they were making it on 909 and sometimes even recording it live with 909 303. This is what I grew up on, guys. The first beat that I've done was Rebirth. 808, 2303, 808 and 0909 in a rack. It was Rebirth, yeah. Propellerhead was doing that. Just before they launched Reason, they had this. So this, again. So now that I put that, this is coming up a bit much. And listening to this, I would like to compress it a little bit, so I'm gonna do a compressor. Another comp here. It's quite long. I'm gonna go again with the VCA. Without. With. Much more focus. I'm gonna drop a clap on there. So there's 2 different claps. This one, I think I'm a bit high, or low, sorry. I'm not sure what would I do with the clap for today. You can do like a double at the end here. And to make this interesting, I'm gonna send it to the delay. See, the beat is super simple, it's impactful, get everything we need. Then I'm gonna do a rolling hat, which is a thing for me. This is again come from my early electronic music days, was like, and also the fact that I had some drum machine back in the days, like the Roland, not the Roland, the Korg. They did a series of electri with drums and stuff. Oh, that was good stuff. So this, I think I can go up another octave. So you can hear the relation between the open hat and the closed hat. Again, cut the lows. I can go really high, but there's something around 1K here that is really good. And I want to keep. Actually, there's something around 300. This is strange, eh? And this really make it so much more lively. Without, see, without it seems to be brighter. When I put the EQ, it seems it has a bit more presence there. That means we have some lows that are in there. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna do a sample delay. I'm gonna do 10 milliseconds on the left. I'm gonna do 20 milliseconds on the right. Maybe I'm actually a little bit much, so I'm gonna do 5 and 10. So without, it's very centered, very narrow in the middle. With, it space it out completely in the mix. Now to mix it, I'm gonna play with the I just want to start making a track, guys, but we're gonna focus on drums for today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my drums, I'm gonna go into deep tech here, I'm gonna take the kick, because the kick, like, it's good, but it's just not, I said it's not actual. So, see the kick? I mean, it's good, but it doesn't have the punch of like a modern dance track, so. So again, we're keeping the key. However, I'm gonna go and browse a little bit into the kick. So I'm gonna go in the kick 2 section. I could do that. I have to really hear it. This could be interesting. Ooh, this is fun. Has this like drive in it. Let's listen. I like that. Do you think it's impactful, guys? I think it definitely has a punch. I'm gonna go look into the sampler. I do think it's a bit long. Let's drop it a little bit. So I really want this punch and a little bit of the grit, but not so much. And I think a good thing, so I'm gonna do a Control A, guys. I'm gonna do name region by track so we can see what we're working on. I'm gonna go into my ad here. I'm gonna turn that into a shaker channel. Something like this. However, I'm gonna tune it a little bit to the right. I'm gonna again replicate. Oh. So I think, guys, we have some pretty heavy drum. I'm gonna turn that into a template, put it on our site, remixdancemusic.com. Can get it for only $5, guys, or If you know me, my name is Mikas, guys. You can put my name, Mikas, gonna get a half price, so you get it for only $250. I'm gonna put in some more work to it. I'm gonna put in a mastering chain on the output, gonna put in a bit of a description so you guys can understand. But you can see this is a really good punchy start to a track. It is a little bit classic, which I think is cool, which is coming back these days, really everywhere. And until next time, guys, may the sounds be with you.